They've tried stepping out on him, waiting him out. Nothing has thrown Roy Halladay off his game tonight.
Pitch number 100 on the way from Halladay. In the air. Over is Valdez with room. 2 outs. The Reds' last hope, Brandon Phillips. And one more piece to the puzzle for Roy Halladay.
And he's a first pitch ambush hitter if he delivers a fastball strike.
Gave him a fastball. Phillips took it.
Probably the best pitch he will get to hit this at bat.
Halladay struck him out in the 4th.
Can't even begin to tell you how loud it is here, folks.
Halladay is 1 strike away. The 0-2. A bouncer. Ruiz. In time! Roy Halladay has thrown a no-hitter. The ace of aces, Roy Halladay, a postseason no-hitter. The first since 1956, Don Larson of the Yankees. He's got company now after 11 years waiting for a postseason start. He gets it tonight, and he delivers his best start of his career. A no-hitter in the playoffs for Roy Halladay. What a moment here in Philadelphia.
Well, welcome to the postseason, Roy. And the last out, even though it was only about a 7 or 8 footer, was a tricky one.
A masterpiece. An absolute masterpiece here in Philadelphia. 1 walk. It was a Jay Bruce 2-out walk. The difference between a perfect game for Roy Halladay. We send it down to David Aldridge.
Roy Halladay, this was an interesting way to make your postseason debut. What wasn't working? I mean, it looked like everything was working tonight.
Yeah, I felt like we got in a groove early. You know, Carlos has been great all year, but you know, he helps me get in a rhythm. You know, throwing a lot of pitches for strikes, getting ahead, and then later in the game, mixed pitches well, mixed speeds well. So you know, he's done a great job for me. Just trying to be aggressive.
The last out of the game, obviously your emotions are in there. You're trying to win the playoff game, obviously. But what did you do there?
Well, yeah, it's you know, winning the game comes first and foremost, and you know, in atmospheres like this, it's you know, easy to focus on that, and you know, it's been a great place to play all year, and you know, looking forward to continuing here.
You said that you wanted to come here because this team had an opportunity to compete for a championship. What is the emotion going through your mind right now?
This is what you come here for. It's a good team. They know how to win, and you come in, you try and chip in, be a part of it, and it's been a great year. It's been a fun year, and like I said, we obviously have a ways to go, but it's a veteran team that knows how to win. I can't say enough about them.
Robin Roberts was the last 20-game right-handed winner for this team. He wanted to meet you before he passed away. You're now part of that legacy. Don Larson, the last pitcher to throw a no-hitter in the postseason. What are your feelings about joining that group?
It's surreal. I mean, it really is. I just wanted to pitch in the postseason, and to be able to go out and have a game like that, it's a dream come true.
Pretty good year for you so far. Congratulations, Roy.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Back to you, Brian.
Well, Joe, the calmest guy in the ballpark is the guy who just threw a no-hitter in the postseason, Roy Halladay. He's still in command.
Yeah, I bet if you took his pulse even in the 9th inning, it was under the radar. Just magnificent. But again, even the last out, that ball rolled out in front of the plate and actually hit the bat that Brandon Phillips had laid down. And it took a second for Carlos Ruiz to realize how he was going to play this. The ball rolled up right up to the bat, and Carlos actually overran it and had to make the throw from his knees. It was not an easy play, even though it was only about a 7-footer because of the bat. But the catcher who had helped him all night long made the last play for him.
11 no-hitters in Philadelphia history. Oswalt and Hamels, the other two in the H2O.
No pressure on Roy on Friday, huh?
Yeah, how do you follow that up? So Nolan Ryan, the last to throw 2 no-hitters in the major leagues in the same season until Halladay tonight. Virgil Trucks in 52 with the Tigers. Allie Reynolds did it with the Yankees in 51. And it was a Cincinnati Red who did it for the first time, Johnny Vandermeer, in consecutive games for the Cincinnati Reds in 1938. And now Roy Halladay, a no-hitter in the postseason.
Threw 104 pitches, 79 strikes. Only 3 3-ball counts, as we told you, and one of those turned into a walk to Jay Bruce with 2 out in the 5th inning. That was the only base runner the Cincinnati Reds got tonight. So what a start to this round of postseason for the Philadelphia Phillies. Amazing.
That might be the new battle cry in Philadelphia. Mr. Doctober.
It could be.
Doc Halladay.
Well, now, I mean, there's nothing that Cincinnati could do with him tonight. That was obvious. They've got a day to have to sit on this. That's the unfortunate thing for the Reds. And they got to figure out a way to come back now on Friday and do some damage against Roy Oswalt. Not that Roy could pitch any better, certainly, than what we saw tonight, but another guy who is awfully tough.
Well, you have to figure for the Cincinnati Reds, anybody but Halladay is worth facing. Now, the Reds have had some success against Roy Oswalt this year. He's known as Little Roy on these Philadelphia Phillies, and that'll be Friday, and Cincinnati has to dust off all of this hoopla around them with Roy Halladay and try to come up off the deck Friday night and try to get back into this series.
You know, it's nice to see him with his hat off there. You could see a smile come across his face and some appreciation for what just happened.
Roy Halladay, 9 complete games during the regular season. Had the perfect game in late May against the Florida Marlins, and for so many years, since 1956, Don Larson has stood alone as the only pitcher to throw a no-hitter. It was a perfect game, and that was in a World Series against the Brooklyn Dodgers. Now he has company in Roy Halladay. What a great moment here in Philadelphia.
I took my headphones off for just a second there with 2 out in the 9th inning, and again, I couldn't hear myself think. It was so loud here. And the last out recorded right here, but the ball rolled up against the bat. Ruiz almost overran the ball, and then a little bit of a scary toss there. And remember, the grass is probably a little wet too from the earlier rain, and had to throw from his knees to get the last one.
And the official score, the happiest man in the ballpark that out was recorded. That would have been a very tough call, hit or error, as that ball rolls up against the bat. Ruiz has to go to his knees. Very interesting. Didn't
have to worry about that as the play was made, but what a start for this matchup between two teams that are very offensive minded, but certainly have the pitching to go with it on both sides. And Halladay, look at the fans quiet down. They weren't sure either.
There they go. And again, really the hardest hit ball of the night came in the third inning with 2 outs by the pitcher at the plate, Travis Wood. He hit a line drive bullet to right field. Jason Worth made the catch, somewhat routine. But, you know, usually in a no-hitter, Joe, you have a great play here or there that preserves the no-hitter, but I think that's a testament to the stuff of Roy Halladay and how dominant he was here tonight.
And usually those plays are made, Brian, because there's a hard hit ball somewhere, and you got to have an outfielder make a diving catch or an infielder go in the hole to knock down a ball and then throw somebody out. There just weren't any tonight. That's how dominating he was, how impressive he was tonight. Francisco hit the ball sharply right back over the top of the mound. I think the mound may have slowed that one down a little bit, that allowed Rollins to get to it. Good play by Jimmy, but that was the only real tester all night long.
And Halladay's last start of the regular season, threw a complete game 2-hitter. He shut out the Washington Nationals. 8 days of rest, he comes back. You're wondering about his command, you're wondering about his stuff, his nerves with his first postseason game. And it was a walk in the park tonight for Roy Halladay as he throws a no-hitter, the first no-hitter in the postseason since Don Larson. What a way to get it started. Halladay tips his cap and will go enjoy this one with his teammates. You know they're waiting for him in the clubhouse. The final out, the 27th out, the toughest to get sometimes. The play by Ruiz and a no-hitter for Doc.
Love this shot here with the crowd dying down and then going crazy again.
And how do the Phillies build on that? Big Roy tonight, Little Roy on Friday against Bronson Arroyo. It'll be game 2, and we'll have it here for you on TBS. Second game of a triple header of postseason baseball here today. And our final score, the Philadelphia Phillies 4, the Cincinnati Reds 0. Halladay, the no-hitter. Coming up next, Ernie Johnson, Ron Darling, and John Smoltz. They'll have the call of defending world champion New York Yankees and the Minnesota Twins in Game 1 of their American League Division Series. TBS is your exclusive home for the entire 2010 Division Series and the American League Championship Series.